Welcome to the Rural Revival Podcast. I'm your host, Dana Larson. This week on the podcast, we're talking with Nate and Beck Self of Georgia Glamping Company, and they're putting a whole new spin on camping as we know it. They believe that luxury and comfort should not be sacrificed while enjoying the great outdoors, and they're creating unique, one-of-a-kind getaways where people can explore on their own terms. I am so excited for you to hear them share about this new business that is quickly taking off and the excitement that is building around it. So here we go with Nate and Beck of Georgia Glamping Company. Well, today we're sitting down with Nate and Beck Self, who have started Georgia Glamping Company. Guys, thanks for being on the podcast.
So good to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about you and your journey that's kind of led up to you starting this company.
Yeah, so the whole journey of Georgia Glamping started from my wife and I were on a trip down to Florida, and we stayed in a nice hotel on the beach that was very loud and not relaxing. And so we were driving back, and we were like, hey, why don't we do this and offer this and just hopefully get more people out camping?
Yeah, we kind of just were brainstorming ways of getting our own family out doing different things for vacation. You know, like we were reminiscing about our childhood and just those times spent camping with family and just those kind of peaceful moments rather than going to a hotel and trying to force those moments when it really wasn't relaxing at all. So yeah, we had a 7-hour road trip from Jacksonville back to Atlanta, and we kind of just planned our business in that time, and we just ran with it.
Correction, you planned our business in that time. I was driving, being safe. But by the time we got back to Atlanta, she had her whole business plan typed out, and yeah, we went from there. And that was on February 3rd of 2018. And by mid-March, we were taking reservations, and every single booking that we had opened up on our website booked out completely for the summer, and we were like, okay, this is going to work. So
yeah, and it's definitely been a journey as far as learning what's going to work and what's not. But I feel like once we knew we wanted to do it, we just wanted to go for it. We didn't want to wait, and we just kind of knew what we needed to do and ran with it. And luckily it's been a success.
yeah.
I love it. That's so great. I feel like glamping is this term that gets thrown around a lot and can mean a lot of different things. How would you guys define glamping?
So we define it as glamorous camping. So we have bell tents. I know there's glamping in campers and all sorts of things, but we have the canvas bell tents. Some people say they look like circus tents, but they're beautiful and they let in this beautiful light. So we kind of want the experience to be a nice hotel room inside of a tent. So you're getting all the outdoor experience, but when you walk into your tent, it feels more like you're walking into a nice hotel room. So you're going to have nice decor. You're going to have a queen size bed with memory foam mattress and pillow top and all the bedding. You're going to have a mini fridge and a Keurig coffee maker and lights and rugs and just a really comfortable feel. So we want it to be comfortable inside, but yeah, you can walk outside and have adventures and explore.
And we want the children to be as comfortable as the adults. So we don't do air mattresses even for the kids. We put in the same memory foam mattresses that are on the queen bed for the kiddos. So everybody's comfortable.
Yeah, so we have we offer up to 2 twin size beds as well for kids.
So let's say you have a larger family or even just a group of people. Can you do more than one tent?
Yes, so you can have 2 tents right next to each other. So you could have 2 families, or you could split it up and have parents in one tent, kids in another tent, just so you can have more space but still be right next to each other.
So when you guys started doing this, how did you figure out where you would put your tents up at and what your glamp site options would be?
Yeah, so we did a lot of research. We went and visited, I feel like almost every campground in Georgia or in our area. And so we live right near Lake Lanier. So we knew we wanted to be somewhere on the lake But we also live near the North Georgia mountains, so we wanted to have some mountain options as well. And North Georgia just has so many beautiful areas and just natural. I don't know. It's just like we can't believe that someone hasn't done this before, just because there's so many beautiful spaces. We visited all the campgrounds and just kind of had to find campsites that would work for the size of our tents because they're really big. But we also wanted those beautiful views. So we would kind of go through and make a list of sites that would be big enough, but also have the views. And
I think initially we wanted to find a piece of property that we could call our own, but we didn't know if this was something that Georgia would accept, and so we decided to start off small, and we teamed up with a number of local campgrounds because they already have all the washroom and plumbing and security, all the things that you would need to put on your own piece of property to do this is already there. So we decided to take it to them, and we did, and that's how we got where we are. So. Yeah.
So we tested out with one of the local campgrounds and just kind of set up, and we stayed there ourselves actually in February, and it ended up being one of the coldest nights of the year. It got down into
It's a good test.
the low 20s.
So a great test.
Yeah, we and our 2 children stayed there, and we were all bundled, and we had a great time. And the tent stayed warm, but it was definitely a good test run. And yeah, we just kind of like tested it out a couple times with friends, and then went from there to start taking reservations.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Awesome. So explain how this all works. If I wanted to go glamping, what do I do? Can I pick my own site? Do you have a list of recommended sites? How does that all work?
Yeah. So whenever we started, we were letting people pick their own sites, but we ran into one small issue, and that was we get there and the site wasn't big enough. And so we decided we're going to limit it to these specific sites. And but then something magical happened, and we were able to get permanent sites on Lake Lanier. So we kind of tend to steer the traffic to those sites. But then every at least like once a month, we'll do a pop-up shop at other campgrounds, so that if you're not really looking for the lake views and you want to do more of the hiking that North Georgia brings, you can do that. And but we have to limit it to within 14 days. That's legally, that's as long as we can stay at the campground. So yeah.
So our main sites right now are at Shady Grove Campground on Lake Lanier. We also set up at Unicoi State Park and Vogel State Park up in North Georgia. And those are the 2 that are kind of the pop-up shops. But right now, our main sites are at Shady Grove, and they're beautiful. They're right on the lake, and we're really blessed to have those sites.
I know that we're supposed to think that they're beautiful, but honestly, we've been to a couple different parks on Lake Lanier, and this park, we could not have been more blessed when this all fell into place the way it did, because this was our favorite park. And just from the amenities that they have for the children, a lot of Lake Lanier is a big boating spot, and we get a lot of reservations from boaters who don't have a dock, and they want to take the boat out for the weekend, but they don't want to drop it in, then pull it out, then drop it back in.
Shady Grove offers a dock where you can keep your boat while you're staying with us, so you can keep it there for free and have it right there near your campsite. Also, we just loved Shady Grove because of the big trees it has. Some of the lake sites are out in the open, so the sun in the summer is kind of brutal. They have beautiful big trees, which gives you the shade. You also still get some sun, and you also get the lakefront access.
Yeah.
And they have really clean facilities. Like, we just couldn't say enough good things
wildlife.
about them.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Like every time we're out there, we see a family of deer. I think we need to give them names because they're out there every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll name them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
So once I make my reservation, then what do you guys do? Where do you guys go from there once the reservation is booked?
Well, first we do a happy dance.
So we really try to customize it because we want it to be unique and one of a kind. So we try to find out if people are celebrating a special occasion. So some people have celebrated anniversaries, birthdays, honeymoon, from any number of things, or just a family outing. And so we try to customize it that way to make it unique to them. So we can change up decor. We can have little signs that say things. If there's kids, we put out like a big outdoor Jenga game. So we'll go in and just we'll make it beautiful. So when someone shows up, all they need to bring is their clothes and their toiletries and their food and beverages and any food prep items. And that's it. They just show up and it's beautiful and it's waiting for them. There's no work they need to do to make it pretty.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So do you have then any special add-ons or features that people can do along with their camping trip?
Yeah, we sure do. We want you to be able to enjoy the lake. So we do offer kayaks and stand-up paddle boards. Some people they'll go out and they don't really want to do the charcoal grill. So we actually have an add-on where you can just do a propane grill, and it's all set up and ready for you. Utensils waiting, and
We have some gourmet s'mores kits.
Oh, the gourmet s'mores
that are
kits.
really good. Yeah.
She tries to keep him in the house, but I gotta be honest.
So we have all different flavors of those, and they're actually made out of Portland, Oregon, which is where I'm from. And so we bring a little northwest to Georgia.
Come on.
But yeah, those have been really good because that way you don't have to worry about packing all the s'more stuff. It's just right there for you, and it's already delicious. And
Yeah, absolutely.
there's also an option to add on another queen bed. So if you did have, let's say, a family traveling with teenagers or just older kids that don't want to sleep on a twin bed, you can add in another queen bed, and that way everybody has a place to sleep.
Yeah.
That sounds great. And then I noticed on your website, you also have an option to add a photography package.
Yeah, that's been really popular. We have a couple photographers that we're working with. We have Lauren Grijalva from Callista Rain Photography, and we have Megan Stewart from Megan Stewart Photography. And they're both local photographers, and they take beautiful photos, and they do more of like a lifestyle shoot. So it's not those posed family pictures, but they'll just come out and document your stay. And they've taken just some really great photos of families staying there.
What I like about him as a guy who doesn't really like to do family portraits all the time is I get to go have fun outside, and they're so nonchalant, hiding in the backgrounds, and they're taking pictures. And my wife couldn't be more excited that we did this whole photo shoot, and I didn't complain once. So it really has worked out. It's been a blessing we've gotten some of our family photos as well, and we've had a couple of our glampers add them on, and they have turned out so phenomenal.
So we're also partnering with a local masseuse who will come out and give massages. So she can do couples massages or just single massages. So she would bring her table and all of her supplies and do the massage in the tent to make it more of like a spa feel. And then we're also partnering with a local company that would provide some kind of dinners that would be like grab and grill dinners. So we would have them waiting in the mini fridge, and then, all you got to do is grill them up, and they're all prepped and everything.
I mean, you guys, this sounds amazing, and your photos prove it. So what kind of response have you gotten from your glampers?
So that's been one of the most exciting things for us is just the response from people, just from people leaving little notes in a little journal we leave in there, or just emails or reviews online. People are loving their experience, and that's what we want. We want to provide this unique, one-of-a-kind experience for families or couples or just people who need to get away, and that's been so exciting to see that it's actually working and people are loving it. And I think the response from just the local community in general has been huge. I feel like that's been like local bloggers really wanting to partner with us and promote us has been just really big, because I feel like they have that pride in us being from Cumming and from Forsyth County and Lake Lanier area. And that's been big. One of the things that people love is our logo, and that was designed by our friend Daniel McCullough, and he has helped us out a lot with starting our business, from branding to designing our logo and
Video,
taking videos and pictures and just
he's
helping.
He's even gotten out there and done some hard work with us. So
Yes,
yeah,
definitely, and just really helping us with website stuff, and
absolutely,
he's been a saving grace for sure.
For sure. Yeah, the biggest thing that stands out as far as feedback that we get, and I'm going to brag on my wife a little bit, is her attention to detail. Like I think the most common thing that we hear is, you thought about every single little detail. And now I know that they're probably being nice, but I really do feel like she does hit the small details whenever it comes to setting this stuff up. So,
Thanks.
yeah.
I would agree, just based on your pictures. You can see that it's very well thought out. And I mean, the experience is what it's all about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, hearing what all goes into this, I mean, you have managed to keep your prices really low and reasonable. Is that something that's important to you?
It's very important to us. When we started this thing, we made it a point that we didn't want to gouge anybody. We want families to get out into the outdoors and just have a whole new experience. And the only way to do that is to keep your prices sensible. And so it's actually been a strong point for Rebecca and I. And yeah, so
We feel like a lot of the people who are excited about this too are couples where one of the people really love camping. They grew up camping, and one of the people is like, I want to stay in a hotel. So just to have that place where they can compromise and find a vacation that works for both of them, but to keep it reasonably priced. And then also we have people who don't own any camping gear, but they want to be in the outdoors. They want to try it without investing in all the camping stuff. So I feel like this is a way that they can try it out without, investing a ton of money, and they can just really try it out for.
And just so we're clear, in our family, Rebecca is the one that likes to be outdoors, and I'm the one that likes to be in nice hotels.
Yes, we are one of those couples.
We do that. It's a little bit opposite, but yeah, it's worked out very well. So,
And I'm sure that's played into how you've put this whole thing together, right?
It really has, yeah. So I grew up tent camping.
Yeah.
I mean, sleeping on the floor in a sleeping bag, that whole thing. And I love it. And I love just being in the outdoors, hiking and being on the lake and all of that stuff. So we wanted that aspect, but then Nathan has traveled so much.
I traveled with, my previous job was in oil and gas and Department of Defense. And so I was traveling all over the world.
In really nice hotels.
Really nice hotels. And she told me not to call her to let her know where I was eating dinner or staying. Like, she didn't want to hear about it. So yeah, I had a standard to what needed to happen if we were going to start this glamping company. And I think we've done that quite well.
Yeah. What have you done to get the word out? Help people know about this?
Yeah, so that was, we kind of brainstormed that from the beginning was, if we're going to do this, we need to get the word out right away because we wanted to hit the ground running. We didn't want to open it up and then just kind of wait around. So we actually started our social media and our marketing that way before we took reservations. So we wanted to kind of build a little community, get the word out of what we're planning, and then we opened up for reservations about a month later.
And we had an amazing, some amazing help. Like 52 Forsyth is her Instagram handle. She was the first to reach out to us, and she was kind enough to add us into a magazine that all of Forsyth County gets. It's called Up and Coming Magazine, and yeah, that was the first.
Yeah, and then from there, it's been other local bloggers. There's been Atlanta area bloggers, but also just Forsyth County and Coming bloggers that have really helped us out and just collaborated with us and encouraged us and promoted us. And I feel like that's been the way that we've gotten the word out, is just through social media, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think we've done a single we spent a single marketing dollar yet.
And I guess word of mouth. And then, when we are out at the campground setting up, people love coming up and talking to us and seeing the tents, and we give them our business cards. And that's kind of been
They normally come up and say, "Is the circus in town, boy?" I'm like, "Yeah, come on in."
Yeah.
Check it out.
Well, you do have a great visual. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, as you've built this company, what have you learned along the way? Have you had to make any changes? I know it's still really just a baby in the big scheme of things, but what has it taught you so far?
Yeah. So like we said, we have only been doing this since February, and there was a small learning curve. We learned that you should probably triple check city ordinances, just your local laws, and that was a
yeah, we had a lot of, we did ask certain people things. We asked some park rangers things, and, people would give us kind of verbal answers.
Yeah, and
it turned out they were, we just needed to do a little bit more research before we kind of just went in and started setting up a tent. And so we did end up going through all the proper channels, and everybody was really nice to work with us in the city and the county, and we got it all figured out, but that was definitely a little bit of a roadblock.
It was definitely strange going into this at first, because there are other companies that do this, not so much in our area, but around the surrounding states. And so we reached out to them first, and the response was, "Yeah, you gotta kind of just figure it out on your own like we did." And I was like, "Okay, all right." So
thanks, guys.
We were kind of hoping for a little mentorship.
Yeah, but what's been great is we did have to walk through that road, and now we welcome other companies, even if you're in our area. We believe in community, not competition, and we want to help other people. We believe in this for the long run, and we believe that if we can get more families out enjoying what God has given us, and spending that quality time as families, it's going to be memories, and that will last a lifetime. And if more people are doing it, that's the win in our book.
There's been a company out in Sacramento that recently reached out, and they are just starting up, and so they had a lot of questions, and we were happy to talk to them and walk them through what our journey has been and things we've learned. And I mean, even though we're fairly new as well, it was kind of fun to be able to talk about them and start that community.
I got to spend about an hour on the phone with him, and he was like overwhelmed with how much information we were willing to give out. And I'm like, "No, man, this is community, not competition." We had just this past week a couple out in Dallas, Texas, that they're starting they have a piece of land that they're going to be starting a community for artists, and they want to offer glamping as part of that. And so Rebecca got to spend about an hour on the phone with one of the owners out there, and we're really excited to see where that goes, and how that grows and how that impacts the Dallas community. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. So tell us, what's next for Georgia Glamping Company? Any plans to expand to other states? Because I think you guys are onto something awesome. Mm-hmm.
We definitely have thought about that, and we have kind of done some research with some of our surrounding states and just looked into what that would entail. We've looked into maybe some franchise possibilities. So there's definitely a lot of really exciting things on the horizon.
Yeah, we have a very exciting meeting coming up here next week with Georgia State Parks, which we're extremely excited about. They just want to see how we can benefit the other parks, because we're kind of stay local to our community, but they want to see how we can benefit the rest of the parks, and so we'll see where that goes.
Definitely exploring more of Georgia and seeing what all options are here in our state, but definitely maybe some Florida glamping or Tennessee glamping in our future. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Well, how can people follow along and keep up with where you're taking all of this?
So the best way to follow along would be Instagram. We're on there a lot. We're at Georgia Glamping. We post a lot of fun pictures and stories from the glamp site, and we do fun giveaways. And
we'd love to interact. So if you have questions, you can DM us on there and ask questions, and
definitely.
Or write them in the comments section. We don't mind.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
And we're also on Facebook. And then our website is www.gaglamping.com.
Yep.
And that is a great place to find out pricing information. There's a frequently asked questions page that has a lot of questions if you've never been camping.
Has our phone number.
Has our phone number and email and all of our contact information.
Yes.
And that's where you book your reservations as
That
well,
is.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's where you'll actually go on and make your reservations. You can also call and we can help walk you through that process. We've done that with a couple people, but definitely you can go on there and reserve online.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for being part of the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Love your story and love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, does that sound amazing or what? I mean, you guys, they even have air conditioners and heaters in these tents. I am so excited that this business is taking off, and it's so fun to hear the excitement building around it. They really know how to celebrate the things we love about rural areas and the outdoors, and I'm really hoping they expand beyond Georgia because there are just so many states that I would love to go glamping in. I also really respect the way that they believe in community over competition, and I love how that is making an impact on those around them. I also want to take a minute to thank you for all the support of our podcast, and thanks to everyone who has left a review on iTunes. And if you haven't already left us a review, be sure to go do that as it helps us to reach even more people with all the great things happening in rural communities. Thanks for listening. We'll be back here next week with another great podcast. Have a great day, everybody.